Let's be real. We all spend a ton of our lives online. You're scrolling through memes, you're seeing what your friends are up to, but just beneath that surface, there's a whole different set of rules at play. Online conflict can get messy and it can be genuinely harmful. So today, we're going to break down exactly what we're all up against. We're going to look at the different kinds of digital harms we face every day. Have you ever found yourself in an online argument and just wondered, how did things escalate so fast? Or, you scroll into a comment section and it just feels toxic? Well, it turns out that's not random. There are unspoken rules and, frankly, deliberate strategies being used. So what are the hidden rules of online conflict? Let's dive in. All right, first up, let's talk about the most direct kind of harm. This is what we can call the direct assault. It's personal, it's straightforward, and it's aimed squarely at people, either as individuals or as members of a group. And of course, a huge part of this is hate speech. And look, this is so much more than just a random insult. It's a very specific kind of attack that targets the core of who someone is, their race, their religion, their gender, you name it. The goal here isn't just to be mean. It's to devalue and marginalize entire groups of people just for being who they are. Then we've got cyberbullying. Now, this is a little different. While hate speech often goes after a whole group, cyberbullying is intensely personal. It's when digital tools are used to harass, threaten, and just inflict emotional pain on one specific person, often over and over again. So when you boil it down, what's the common thread here? Well, whether it's hate speech or cyberbullying, these personal attacks are all kind of cooked up from the same toxic recipe. They target people, they use offensive language, and the end game is always the same: to use words as a weapon to intimidate and cause real harm. Okay, let's shift gears to our next category. This one is bigger, and honestly, in a lot of ways, it's way more sneaky. We're moving beyond attacks on people to attacks on the very idea of truth. This is the war on reality. Now, this slide gets at a really critical difference that we all need to understand. On one side, you have misinformation. That's when your aunt shares a fake article on Facebook because she genuinely thought it was real. It's an honest mistake. But on the other side, you have disinformation. And that is a whole different animal. That's false information that is created and spread on purpose to fool you. It's not a mistake, it's a weapon. And that quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Fake news isn't just wrong, it's designed to be a weapon. We're not talking about accidents here. These are carefully crafted pieces of content made to manipulate us, to sow chaos, and at the end of the day, to completely wreck our trust in what's real. So how does this actually work? Well, it's usually a 3-step playbook. Step 1, fabricate. Bad actors create the lie. Could be a fake news article, could be a scarily realistic deep fake video. Step 2, amplify. They unleash armies of trolls and automated bots to make that lie go viral. And step 3, the final goal, distort. They manipulate public perception so much that people just don't know what or who to believe anymore. And all of this brings us to our third and final category of harm. This one's a bit more subtle, but its effects are absolutely massive. It's all about how the online environment itself can be weaponized to shut people down and attack the very idea of free expression. When we hear the word censorship, this is probably what comes to mind, right? An outside force, a government, a social media platform, steps in and deletes a post or bans a user. It's a power from the outside silencing speech. But there's another, much quieter kind of censorship: self-censorship. This isn't external at all. It's an internal choice. It's when you decide not to speak up. Not because someone is literally stopping you, but because you're afraid of the dogpile, the harassment, the backlash you know is coming if you do. And this right here is where everything we've talked about comes together. The constant threat of those personal attacks, of being targeted by trolls, getting hit with a wave of hate speech, or being cyberbullied. It creates what experts call a chilling effect. People just get scared to share their opinions. And when that happens, we all lose. Our society suffers when important voices and new ideas are silenced before they even get a chance to be heard. So, to pull it all together, we've really looked at 3 distinct but totally interconnected levels of digital harm. You've got the direct attacks on people, you've got the coordinated attacks on our shared sense of reality, and you have the systemic attacks that, in the end, are really attacks on our freedom of expression. So why is it so important to get all of this? Because look, you can't fight what you can't see. The minute you start to recognize this whole ecosystem of harm, From the direct attacks to the disinformation campaigns, you become more resilient. We can all learn to spot the playbook, and that helps us navigate this digital world with a little more safety and a lot more confidence. And that really leaves us with one final, and I think crucial question. As we all continue to build and live in this digital space, we have to decide what our standards are. What level of toxicity, what level of manipulation and fear are we willing to put up with as just the cost of being online? The answer to that is going to define the future for all of us.